cinemática del LOL, ¿no? 2 minutos. Vale. Vale, pues quedan eso, 2 minutillos. Y ahora le damos. La skin que os comentaba de Tryndamere es esta. Es esta skin que va a ser para cuando llegues ahora en el Wild Rift, te van a dar esta skin. No creo que enseñen nada del MMO, sinceramente. Más que nada porque sacaron un teaser el otro día y no había nada del MMO. Quizás, ojo, como curiosidad y eso puede estar bien. O sea, como easter egg ahora, pero está difícil, la verdad. Es una pena, lo del MMO es una pena que todo el mundo hypea un día y al día siguiente te dicen que están preparando todo. Bueno, que van a empezar a preparar lo del 20 aniversario, ¿sabes? Que todo lo que anuncian será en el 20 aniversario. Y estamos en el Season 11, o sea, en el año 11 de la empresa. Te quedan 9 añitos. Bueno, un poco plop. Yo creo que irán sacando cosillas antes, pero bueno. No sé. Ojalá lo saquen antes, la verdad. 9 años para desarrollar un juego que no es el Cyberpunk, coño, que eres Riot Games. No creo, sinceramente. Aunque ten en cuenta, por ejemplo, es que aquí te has enterado, pero Valorant estaba desde 2014 diseñándose, ¿sabes? Ya, o sea, Valorant ha estado 6 años. Porque en el 2014 ya están trabajando con Killjoy. Y ya tenían el mapa, las armas, etcétera. O sea, ya tenían la estructura de algún mapa, las armas que querían tener, etcétera. Pero como no sabías nada, pues bueno. Han sido 6 años. 9 para un MMO. Puede ser posible, sí. Empieza. Ojito con cinemática, chicos. Ojito con la cinemática. En verdad igual si tardan eso, claro. Por eso lo digo, porque Valorant 6 años. Un MMO. Bueno, atentos. Ojo, supiera. Todo esto son cinemáticas y cosas que ha habido habiendo a lo largo de los últimos años, creo. ¿Quién era ese? El último ese no sé quién era, ¿eh? Luego lo veo.
Hey everyone, SafeLocked here on behalf of the League Dev team to welcome you to Season 2021. We want to start today by saying thank you for being here. We're so excited you tuned in from all over the world as we kick off the next year of League together. In some ways, this year will be a little different. As you know, there are more ways than ever to enjoy League. Our hope is that we can create a few moments throughout the year where we can all come together and celebrate as a community. So, to that note, League devs from across Riot are joining us to help kick off the new season. Here's a look at everything we have in store.
Ahí está, ¿ves? El calendario. League of Legends, Wild Rift, Runeterra, TFT y competitivo.
And with that, a new chapter for Runeterra. So, there's something we'd like to show you. If you've been following League for a while, you'll know that since reuniting, Senna and Lucian have been fighting back the darkness. But as the black mist continues to spread beyond the Shadow Isles, Runeterra faces a new threat that could leave the world in ruin.
Ojo, cinemática de Viego. Cinemática de Viego posible, ¿eh?
The housing's loose again. What did you do to this thing?
You'll have it fixed by Mudtown. With currents and wind conditions, we can be there in 3 days.
Ojo la sombra esa, ¿eh? Ahí está.
The mist should be leagues from here.
Well, it saved us a trip.
Senna?
Hey, we don't run from darkness.
No corremos de la oscuridad.
We light the way.
Qué guapa está, ¿eh? Estos son espíritus de la oscuridad. Esto supongo que será, o sea, esto será más lore, ¿no? Luego va a presentar a Viego.
You don't belong here.
Ahí está. Viego, el rey arruinado.
Return, my queen. You will destroy this world. She is my world.
Devuélveme mi reina, ella es mi mundo, ¿no? Samira y Darius en Noxus. Karma. Hopi. Qué guapa, chaval, la textura de la cara. Tengo una teoría ya. Tengo una teoría, cuidado. Karma la ha roto. Como aguanta tú, ¿no? La espada. Está bien la cinemática, ¿eh? Me ha gustado la cinemática. Tengo alguna teoría.
We have to go back for her.
Senna, we can't defeat him alone.
Copy Bane.
That's right. Viego, the ruined king, is here.
Viego, el rey
Even
arruinado.
though we love a good cliffhanger, this time we're going to continue the story across multiple league experiences throughout the year. We'll talk more about what that looks like during the stream. With that, let's hand things over to the
Viego,
rest of
que
the league PC team.
es el personaje
to share a
principal del
sneak
juego
peek
este
at
que va a
some of the
salir
champions,
ahora a finales de
skins,
año.
and gameplay changes coming this year. First off is Jeremy Lee, who's going to catch you up on the preseason item changes and look ahead to some of what's new coming in 2021.
Vamos ahora con... Tocaba...
Hey everybody, I'm Jeremy,
Runeterra, ¿puede ser?
aka Riot Brightmoon, the lead producer for gameplay on League of Legends. I am so excited to welcome all of you to
no,
the
LOL,
start
¿no?
of season 2021.
Wild Rift.
Today I'm going to talk about some of the recent updates we've made to help you get ready for this new season, as well as some of the things we're working on that we haven't released yet. So let's get to it.
Precision Recap.
This preseason,
balance
we've
de la
completely
precisión.
revamped League's item system to keep the game's foundation strong as it continues to evolve. Deciding which items to buy is part of your path to victory in every game. And item choices, stats, and effects should be clear and understandable. So we took a look at every item and talked about what was working well and what we could improve. Some items
Vale,
haven't
están
changed
buscando
much,
de qué manera pueden
but
seguir
we've removed some
mejorando.
others and added some new picks, all to make sure that each item has a clear and unique purpose in the game. One problem we especially wanted to solve was that most of the time, earning a powerful item just wasn't very rewarding. Getting your first big item should feel impactful, and champions of every playstyle should have multiple choices to be excited about. So, we've added Mythics, a new item class with a powerful effect that
He
shapes
visto
the
algo
way
raro,
you play each game. These open new strategic options and give you more control on how you want to play. And because Mythics are so powerful, you can only have one at a time, so choose wisely. Another
Hablan de
area
los
we
últimos
focused
míticos.
on was the shop itself. We've wanted to improve the shop for a long time, but the technology it was using was too old and fragile. We've completely rebuilt the
Una de
shop
las novedades que ha
with
habido
new
en la
tab
tienda,
features.
de la mejora visual, etcétera,
For
que estaba un poco
example,
anticuada.
we've smartened up the recommended tab to make suggestions based on what high-level players are building and which items are good against the enemy team. So if you're worried about having to relearn items, don't panic. The new shop's got your back. Updating such
Bueno,
a
si te han
foundational
recomendado,
system
etcétera.
is going to
Bueno,
have
la
a
tienda
big
en general.
impact on the game. So we're keeping a close eye on balance and what everyone is building, especially in these first few months. Thank you to all the players who've been giving us feedback along the way, and please keep it coming, because like the rest of League, the item system will continue evolving over time.
Seguirán evolucionando los objetos y que sigamos dando feedback.
In addition
Luego
to
no
the item
escuchan,
system
pero...
overhaul, we're making some changes to Ranked to prep for this season. So before you get started on the climb, which by the way you can do today, let's take a look at what's new. We know it's been frustrating to win streak into promos only to go 1 and 2 when the stakes are high. So we're removing promotion series between divisions.
Eso
You'll
es.
still go through promos
Eliminan las
between
promos entre
tiers, like
divisiones.
from silver to gold, but otherwise it's smooth climbing. This means that you'll no longer have demotion protection between divisions, but you'll still have that buffer.
Y que
once you
tampoco
reach
tienes el
elite.
escudo de protección al descender.
We also know that starting a new season just to grind back up to where you finished the previous one can feel a little tedious. So we've adjusted the way that provisionals work. This year, you should start your climb closer to where you ended. And for all of us sweaty hopefuls, Master Tier and above unlocks immediately with the new rank season, which means the race to be first in Challenger is open today. There's still a minimum LP requirement for Grandmaster and Challenger, but no more waiting 2 weeks for it to unlock. It's ready now, if you are. Finally, we've been making some improvements.
Ha dicho algo de que rank de Challenger, ¿no? Pero no he entendido mucho. Que está ya el Challenger disponible desde el día 1. Eso sería nuevo. Eso antes no estaba. O sea, suelen tardar un poco en poner Challenger. El sistema de LPs mitigados, etcétera, detectando trolls y AFKs. Eso es.
Even if it's happening less, when it does happen, it can be really frustrating. So one of the big highlights we've recently shipped is LP mitigation.
Eso, la pérdida de LP es mitigada porque podría ser muy frustrante perder por una AFK o un troll. Funciona un poco de aquella manera la Precision. Te quitaba 1 punto o 2 puntos menos, lo cual me daba un poco igual, pero bueno, está bien, supongo.
We hope to make more changes that encourages everyone to work together to get to that victory screen.
Y que bueno, seguirán haciendo más cambios. El Clash, ojo.
It was a long time coming, but I'm happy to say that we've had a great first year of Clash. Over 20
Por fin funcionó el Clash este año,
Clash in 2020, and we want to keep that momentum going. This year, we want to make sure that everyone who wants to play Clash can participate. So we're looking at improvements to the free agent tab. Right
Free
now,
agent,
before
está
can
bien.
find their missing player, but we're also exploring a way for free agents to find themselves a team. We're also going to test running Clash tournaments during the week, so that those of you who work weekends will still have your shot at glory. Or going 0-3 like I usually do, although I swear I have won a Clash once. The first Clash tournament of 2021 starts next weekend.
El fin de semana empieza el primer Clash.
Placements before then. So for this tournament only, you don't need to be placed in ranked.
Y que por ser el primer, como acaba de empezar la season y es el primer class, no necesitas estar clasificado, no necesitas haber hecho affliction. Está bien eso, pero solo para este, el resto sí que será necesario.
And let me tell you, League has a lot of these. Ranked, Honor, Summoner level, Champion Mastery, Event Passes, you get the point. Needless to say, there's a lot going on, and it doesn't always feel like things are working together. Spending time in League should feel meaningful, no matter how you're doing it.
Ha comentado algo sobre los pases de batalla,
all these
etcétera. Eso
complex
no
systems
me entera
together
mucho.
in a way that gives you clear progress and rewards for everything that you do. We also want to recognize your personal accomplishments and playstyle and show them off to other players. So whether it's flexing on your friends with your rank, celebrating your skin collection of your favorite champion, or just how many champs you have Mastery 7 on, we want the way you play to feel meaningful and easy to show off.
¡Oh, Dios!
We're still in early development on all
¡Qué
this.
guapo!
We'll share more later this year.
¡Qué guapo,
Now,
tú!
good luck with your climb and rank.
¡Guau, está muy guapo, eh!
10
de 10, tú. Qué bonito,
I look forward to seeing all of you on the Rift.
Muy bonito, Me ha gustado esas cartas que hay en... ¡Qué bien! Me ha recordado un poco a lo que hay en el Apex cuando entras a partida. Las skins con ese personaje, etcétera. Está muy bien. ¿Qué cartas? ¿No las has visto? Era... Ahora en... Bueno, luego lo explico todo. No, la pasiva de Serafín en la alfa como era. No han cambiado un poco.
So this is something we plan on doing again this year.
Ahora te explico, Pablo.
Up first on that list is a new jungler, one you just saw in the opening cinematic. That's right, we're finally bringing Viego.
Vale, Viego jungla, nuevo jungla. Cierto, lo comentaron. Era nuevo jungla.
More than just an item. And to prove it, here's a quick peek at the new gameplay he'll be bringing to
¡Ojo! Te enseñan gameplay, ¡Que te transformas en Lucian cuando lo matas! ¡Que le coges el alma!
He'll be hitting PvE very soon and goes live later this month.
Te transformas en el personaje que matas. Le pillas el alma como el antiguo Mordekaiser. Sabía que era algo de eso. ¡Oh, Dios mío!
Three new champions we will be releasing this year will also tie into Viego's return. Now, for a while, we've been wanting to add more magic damage fighters, especially one tailor-made for top lane. We believe snipping
¿Nuevo ítem de mago para la top lane o nuevo campeón de mago para la top lane?
Fighters will not only lead to more diversity in top lane, but also more choices for other lanes as well. And with that goal in mind, we began to sew together a new champion for the Ruin.
No sé si es top laner mago o un ítem de magos para top. Top laner mago, por favor, te lo pido.
Or with Senna and Lucian in the fight for hope. Also, for our internet sleuths out there, we hid a small Easter egg for this champ in the Ruin King game. So let's see if any of you can find it. So after we pass through the new skirmisher, the next champion after that is a gloomy new artillery mage who would prefer if we just didn't even bother her at all. I mean, I don't blame her. These days, there's so much skill shots and dashes and hyperactivity around Summoner's Rift. Either way, as tiring as all these champions can be, shooting skill shots
Teaser del siguiente campeón. Dice, los nuevos Es de Bundle, o sea, y tenía como temática de Nico,
Now the third champion that'll be part of the Ruin King's return is a marksman. But much
y el siguiente es una de carry.
They are planned for a non-traditional position. It's a bit too early though to say more about this champ, so look out for
Tres teasers de campeón.
For a new Sentinel of Light.
Tres teasers de campeón. Reworks, se vienen reworks. Después comentamos todo esto más, Buah, cuántas cosas.
So first of all, we're still hard at work on the Dr. Mundo update, which should go live this spring.
Dr. Mundo update, eso es, lo acabamos de ver justo antes de empezar.
Comedy theme while bringing his visuals up to date as well. Last time we shared his new concept, we heard a lot of feedback from players that his hair was a bit too well groomed for Mundo.
Está guapo,
We talked
Está muy guapo.
as a team about that, and we agreed with it. So we updated it to look less well kept, as you can see in the new portrait art shown here. Now as for his gameplay, we still want Mundo to go where he pleases, chucking cleavers along the way, so we'll be keeping a lot of what you love about Mundo intact. But look out for a new dev blog this week that'll go way deeper into Mundo's development.
Hay subtítulos, igual estás del tonto.
We announced another player choice VGU poll last year, and while we didn't quite make it for 2020, we're happy to say it's coming this week. You'll be able to choose which champion you think we should update next.
Elección del siguiente rework. Los 5 campeones.
2 returning champions in Shyvana and Nocturne, as well as 3 newcomers in Udyr, Quinn, and Skarner. But before casting your vote, you can learn more about why we chose these champions, what we would consider changing on them, so that you can make the best, most informed decision on who to vote for. This will be coming in a dev blog along with the poll this week. So that wraps it up for Champions team. I can't wait for you all to see the new champions we have in store for Viego's return, as well as what you think of Mundo's VGU progress. Thanks for watching and see you on the rift.
Vale. Han anunciado 3 campeones, los 3 siguientes. Un mago top, creo que he entendido. El siguiente, un campeón que es un poco básico, dice que es un Jordel. Y el tercero una de carry. Algo así. Luego lo volvemos a analizar todo, de verdad. Me está costando pillar al tío este en inglés. Ahora diferente al resto. Ahora muy cerrado. Skins, nuevas skins. Nuevas temáticas.
So in 2020, we stepped up the number of skins that we ship each year, in hopes that champion mains would no longer have to wait years between skins.
Nice.
But that doesn't mean our work is done. There are still some champions who haven't gotten a skin in a while. So this year, you can expect something for Fiddlesticks,
Fiddlesticks, Tankens, Corki, Camille,
Galio, Lulu, Nautilus, Wukong, Nunu, Sejuani,
Vamos, Rumble,
Rumble, Yumi,
Yumi y
and
Twitch.
Switch. If your favorite champion isn't on the list,
No os preocupéis, va a haber muchos más.
there are
Ya.
lots more to come as we plan to ship over
Más de
140
140 skins este año.
This also
Tengo un amigo que
includes
está
skins
convulsionando
from
ahora
popular
mismo.
champions, including Vayne, Caitlyn,
Kate and Blitzcrank.
and Blitzcrank.
Nice. Qué bien. Bien. Temáticas de nuevas skins,
For
ojo,
any given thematic, there's only so many champions that
Que vuelva
really make
Luna
sense in that.
Sangrienta, por favor. Me
With
encantaba
us
esa
making more
temática.
and more skins every year, it means that we run into a problem that we call thematic exhaustion. This means that we've either run out of champions that work well in a thematic, or players show their lack of interest through purchase rate, play rate, and feedback.
Hola, Proteus.
All of this indicates that we should keep trying new things. We'll still be revisiting some of our most popular thematics.
Que vuelva
this
Luna
year,
Sangrienta.
Project and
Proyecto
Battle
me da
Academia,
igual.
but we also want to explore new
Qué
ones.
pesados, tío. Proyecto.
In February, we'll be celebrating Lunar New Year with a brand new thematic. Set in 2057, the year of the ox. Lunar Beast is a world where futuristic cityscapes and ancient temples collide. High-fashion streetwear with a touch of traditional elegance is the style of this year's Lunar New Year
Bien.
celebration.
Sí, porque eran un poco feas las.
Here's a first look at Fiora
Fiora, Jarvan, Alistar.
and Alistar, who are all part of this year's Lunar Beast.
¡Qué guapas!
If psychedelic retrofuturism in space is more your vibe, then good news. Our second major thematic of the year is Space Groove, an eccentric take on a sci-fi universe full of far-out fun and color. The laws of physics and logic don't always apply here.
¡No me
Our
jodas!
favorite champions just...
Hostia, Sailor Moon. ¿No?
We have lots of ideas for new thematics, and we'd love your help in prioritizing which ones you want to see the most. So this week, we're holding a player choice vote between 3 thematics that we've been
3 temáticas.
codenamed Monster Tamers,
Domadores de
Crime City
monstruos.
Nightmare, and Debonair 2.0.
Galante
Monster
2.0.
Tamers is a world where champions harness powerful creatures from across Runeterra
Está
to
Yana.
challenge each other in high-stakes matches. In Crime City
Este es
Nightmare,
Twisted Fate. ¡Qué
we focus on
guapa!
a crimescape that is Valorant City, where a street war takes a dark and
¡Qué
horrifying
guapa!
as a mysterious figure introduces those desperate for power to an ancient Cthulhu-inspired evil. Finally, we have Debonair 2.0. In a world where powerful elixirs grant extraordinary abilities, 2 rival clubs vie for power.
¿Quién es este?
Classy opulence meets modern noir as champions work together to take back what they believe is
¿Talon?
theirs.
¿Quién
We're
era
gonna ship
ese?
whichever thematic gets the
Es
most
real,
votes this year,
quizás.
and we may revisit some of the others later, depending
Bueno,
on
es una
your
votación
interest
entre 3
and feedback.
temáticas. Se vota y la que salga, pues se hace. Quizás se hace antes que el resto y el resto se hace
We've been
también.
working to improve events on League, and this year, there are 3 main areas we want to focus on. For starters, we're going to keep running featured game modes alongside every major event.
Vale.
One of our biggest
Seguirán
learnings
lanzando
last year
rotación de
was that
eventos.
players most actively played modes that amplify champion fantasies. For example, in Earth,
Urf amplificada.
we amplify fantasies by asking,
Huh?
what if my champion could cast all the time? Or in One for All, we ask, what if my champion got to stack with the
Ah, nada, te está comentando lo que hace cada modo de
We
juego.
believe
que-
that there are other interesting ways to amplify champion fantasies, and we'll be exploring a new mode in 2021, as well as bringing back our existing roster of rotating game modes. The second area we'd like to focus on
Los
is the
pases de
event
evento.
system. 2020 was a crazy year, and while we were able to ship a lot of content, we weren't able to get to some of the event pass changes that we were hoping to. We think clarity and ease of experience can improve a lot.
Sí,
and we'll be
sinceramente me
sharing
parece
more
que los
details
puntos y
on
eso
our
está-
plans
no,
to
no me
revamp
gusta
the
cómo
system
funciona.
in the first half of this year. Finally, one of the things that made Spirit Blossom stand out from other events was that it was centered around the lore of Runeterra.
Sí,
We've
tuvo
gotten
mucho lore
feedback
esto.
that you want to see Runeterra stories move forward, the world evolve, and League's champions continue their journeys. At the end of Spirit Blossom, Ari and Yasuo left Ionia on an adventure to Bilgewater. Their story will continue in The Ruined King, a League of Legends story. But things aren't going to end there.
Continúan el lore de esa temática con el videojuego que ha salido a final de año del Rey Arruinado.
Where will the ruination spread next? Who can stand up to the Ruin King?
Qué guapo es.
Thanks so much for watching. The only reason we get to do any of this cool stuff is because of your continued support.
Me está gustando mucho el evento,
League Dev Team,
estoy viendo muchas cosas que me gustan. Cosas que la gente pedía desde hace tiempo. Vamos con el Wild Rift. Cosas que la gente pedía desde hace tiempo y que se están dando.
Brian Feeney here, the design director of Wild Rift. It's so cool to be part of kicking off a new year of League, and we can't wait to show you.
Qué guapo está esto el Wild Rift, las animaciones.
When developing Wild Rift, we aim to create an experience that is authentic to League, keeping things just the same when it makes sense. As you've likely seen, we've also made some changes to champions, skins, and the map to make sure things feel great for Wild Rift players. We also know many of you are still waiting to play Wild Rift, and it's taking us a little longer than we planned.
Ojo,
to get
Latinoamérica.
So, here's an update on our open beta rollout plans for the next few months. We're aiming to start service in the Americas in March.
En América en marzo.
Ways to make sure you get access to a bunch of champions quickly when you join, so you can start building up your competitive pool. We'll have more details soon, and we can't wait for you to start playing.
América como en general, ¿no? O sea, Latam. Nice.
Many of us fell in love with League when we found
Catarina creo que va a entrar en Wild Rift.
Twisted Fate. I told myself it was for those sweet card throwing and picking out plays, but I think we all really knew it was about not needing to walk back to lane.
Le pondrán como en la beta. Que pegaba con la cual las torres. Y así fue el backdoor de X-Pecker.
Champs to bring to Wild Rift, we primarily focus on the ones who can expand on the gameplay and thematics that we're currently missing. Wild Rift has around 50 champs, and in 2021, we're really looking to broaden that pool. Our goal is to release an average of 2 champions every month.
Nice.
Not our main goal. We do feel this is a cool throwback to 2009 League PC. Anyways, let's check out some champions. Coming later this year will be one of our highest skill cap champs thus far, Katarina. She promises to pick the perfect time to strike with her deadly daggers and...
¡Que se mueve!
Okay, alright, let me explain. When we're bringing champions over to Wild Rift, we want to keep their fantasies and playstyle.
Se mueve Catarina con la ultimate, queda pálido, chaval.
Or if there's a cool opportunity to really make them shine.
Hostia, tú. Que se cagan el Wild Rift y no ha empezado todavía el juego.
Katarina players that her fantasy comes from weaving her ult in and out of fights using Shunpo. But in our playtests, we saw that it ended up being super easy to cancel our ult accidentally with the joystick.
Ya, eso tienen razón.
Katarina slowly move and reposition while ulting, which ended up feeling really awesome on twin stick controls. It's time to let it rip.
¡Oh, Ramón!
Sometime after, we'll be
¡Oscar! ¿Qué haces aquí, Oscar? ¡Qué guapo! Me ha dado cosilla la cara. Me ha dicho Hugo, Oye, se me ve bien, enciendo la luz.
And the twin stick controls give Rammus a new way to zoom around the map. Rammus's new ultimate, Soaring Slam, enables him to leap into the air and create tremors where he lands. The size of the tremors is on his Powerball speed. With these changes, we're hoping Rammus can feel more than okay on Wild Rift. And finally, as for Dr. Mundo, his update will be coming to Wild Rift a bit later in the year, because right now we're focused on getting the game in as many hands as possible. So while Mundo will
meterán al mundo, pero lo meterán reworkado.
He'll just be taking his time getting there, as he pleases.
Wait, un momento, voy a encender la luz. Mira, mejor. Gameplay. What the fuck. Acabo de ver una cosa en Rammus muy loca. Salta el Rammus con la última.
Over the next few months to flesh out Wild Rift's gameplay. One of our big focuses will be our in-game item pool. You've seen the item overhaul that just hit in League PC, and while we plan to some of these changes, we aren't quite there yet. In the meantime, we're looking at the item options currently available in Wild Rift and working to fill in some of the gaps. You can expect us to continue expanding options throughout the year. We're also looking into more ways to play, as one of the things players have been asking about is additional game modes.
Ojo, Adam.
Today, I'm pleased to announce we're working on our version of All Random, All Mid, or ARAM, and you can help us test it out later this year. If you want a more competitive experience, great news! Our first official ranked season is starting soon. Beyond the usual matchmaking and ranked improvements, we also want to do more to support competitive play. So we're looking into a couple of things this year. One feature you can expect soon is the ping reply system, which should help you more easily coordinate with your team and acknowledge their calls. Finally, A lot of you have been asking for a way to have more choice over the position you play in-game. We're actively working on a solution for this.
Y puedes elegir el rol.
Bring you updates on this soon.
Vas a poder elegir el rol también. Muy bien. Nice. Está gustando, ¿eh?
We're going to be running a ton of events throughout 2021, with new ways to play and share the magic of League with your friends. Events are one of the ways we can create shared moments with League PC. That way, players can experience the world of League of Legends together. Our next shared moment will be the futuristic meets traditional Lunar Beast event in February. As a celebration of the Lunar New Year, the squad will be joined by Miss Fortune in a new skin unique to Wild Rift.
Oh, Miss Fortune skin. Y saldrá en el Wild Rift también. Nueva skin de Miss Fortune lunar.
Outside of events, you can expect to see some other skin lines making an appearance early this year.
Cazadora de cabezas, Star Guardian.
We have even more plans for the year, so let's jump into some rapid fire previews. We'll be heading to Targon later this year to battle for the heavens. We'll also be making our first stop at the lovely Shadow Isles. We're working on our first to Wild Rift skin line. And later, 2 of League's deadliest champions will face off and hopefully settle the score once and for all.
El hacha de guerra. Johnny Yasuo. Quizás. Terrana el hacha de guerra.
Before we go, you may have been wondering why Teemo went after Jinx teleported him and a few others onto Wild Rift. He's had an interesting journey, and now he's starring in our biggest in-game event yet. Check out the new Tales of Runeterra, featuring Teemo and some of his Yordle pals.
Vale, y ahora vamos con una terra. Pobre Timín, ¿eh? Ha dado penilla. La Luli.
Corky, I've got this. But Teemo's AWOL. You need a recon. I'll help you find him.
I know where he is. The Bilgewater pages are missing from his scout journal. Besides, weren't there enemy bogies?
Qué guapa la cinemática, ¿no? Estoy como un niño.
Why did you say so?
El puto Corquito. De 56 años, tío.
Lieutenant Lulu, this rock is the most important part of the mission. You've got this. Bye.
I always have to guard the rock. I can do a lot of things. I'll fix that.
Hola, Anuska.
Teemo? Teemo, sound off. Whoa.
Mi Fortune. No, Graves, ¿no? Eso es Graves.
Oh.
Not a single bogey. Nothing.
Mira al Corky. Me hace mucha gracia, Corky, mírale.
Not this one, boy. This rock never does anything.
¿Esto qué? No, 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 estos son las cinemáticas. Está siendo el evento de presentación de la nueva season. Y esto es un evento de Runeterra, creo, de Legends of Runeterra. O Tales of Runeterra.
I thought I struck gold when I got one Yordle. Now look what we got.
You got it. Don't care how much those Yordles are worth on the bounty board. They're a ticking time bomb of trouble.
What's your whining? That cage is runic iron.
Oh, Corky.
Prepare to face Randall City's most decorated.
Va, tira la Valkyria, Corky, hijo. Lo estás deseando. No, pues no la ha tirado, eh.
That makes 3. I'm rich.
What was your plan?
Oh, I'm just
Sí, sí, soy Team Jordan, soy Team Jordan. Ojo, ahora llegará la Luli, ¿no?
What? As I said, tick, tick, tick.
¡Hostia, esto es grande!
Hey, and it doesn't do anything. I'm starting to think that maybe. Don't touch
Luli, hija. Y le cae la piedra, ¿no? Es que...
Teemo.
that all the musket you got?
Drop your weapon, you little.
Polymorph!
What's a Bandle Gunner without her support?
What I tell you, don't mess with Yordles.
Whew. Thanks. I thought I was a goner. Not with friends like these furballs. What were you here for anyway?
Vandal Scout mission badge number 389. Adopt a pet. Cute, huh? It's a soul-devouring seaworm!
Timín, hijo. Timín, ¿dónde vas? Ah, muy guapa, muy guapo, muy guapo.
Teemo, Tristana, Lulu, Corky, and also
Y llegan al Wild
making
Rift.
their debut on Wild Rift this week. The Yordle Expedition event will take place over the next few weeks with champs, skins, goodies, and an in-game
Evento
experience
dentro del
where you can follow the
juego.
Yordles on their
Muy
journey
guay.
throughout Runeterra.
DFT.
That's all from us for now.
Hostia, se han bugueado los
So excited to
subtítulos,
share
¿no?
more in the future. See you on Wild Rift.
Empiezo a pensar que quizá no, todo el rato. Vale.
Hi, I'm Jeff Jew, executive producer for Legends of Runeterra, and I'm here to talk to you about our plans for 2021.
Voy a recargar. Ah, está bug.
Hi, I'm Jeff Jew, executive producer for Legends of Runeterra, and I'm here to talk to you about our plans for 2021. But first, let me get a little sentimental. Nearly a year ago, we set out to build a better card game, and the progress we've made has only been possible with your feedback and
Esto
your
es el
support.
Tales of Runeterra ese puto.
Since our launch on PC and mobile, we've released hundreds of new cards, brought over fan-favorite champions, and added new features like rotating game modes and in-game tournaments. And the good news is, we're just getting started. In 2021,
Torneos in-game,
we're focusing on leveling up our approach to champions and
creo que ha dicho que
bringing
ya
more
estaba
social
metido.
features to Legends of Runeterra.
Sí, queda un
while
poco
introducing
dubi, sí.
new regions to the game.
Este juego... Las mayúsculas, no pasa nada. Como eres sub, no pasa nada. Este juego...
From the deep
Aunque
seas of Bilgewater to the
el
summits of
TFT cumplió un poco la función de
We've
este juego.
explored
Y eso
a
que salió
lot of
antes
Runeterra
incluso,
so
pero...
far.
O sea, sí que hay gente que lo juega, pero muy pocos lo streamean. Jugadores sí que tendrá.
Of Shurima, home to desert nomads who travel the sands, monsters hidden beneath, and the ascended beings that rule above. This is Shurima like you've never seen it before. A flourishing civilization with a rich history and a bold new future. But we're not just here to geek out over the lore. Let's talk about gameplay.
Esto es lore
Shurima will add some really
del
cool
Runeterra. Me da
new
un poco
mechanics
igual, la
to the
verdad.
game. From seeking buried relics to predicting the future or tapping into the godlike power of the ascended.
Yo juego con mi
Shurima's
amigo
power
Dubi.
is available to those who are resourceful enough to thrive.
Voy a ir
Be
apuntándome aquí,
warned,
en un bloque de
the
notas las
sands do
cosas.
not forgive. We'll be sharing more about Shurima and when you can wander its dunes early in the year. As part of this year's goal to focus more on champions, we're looking for new ways to get you more champions more often, even outside of our bi-monthly expansion releases. The first of these champion releases is right around the corner, featuring everyone's favorite sad moon boy. That's right, Aphelios is coming to lore next month. Aphelios is a gun-swapping Lunari who's kind of that strong, silent type. Sort of like my usual co-host who's just not here right now. Has anyone seen him? When you summon Aphelios, you'll choose which weapon in his arsenal to use first. But to really utilize Aphelios to his full potential, you should also be thinking about which weapon you'll need several rounds in the future. Your strategy will become
Pero
more
¿quién es este
complex
chico tan
as you
guapo?
play
Carsten,
more
hijo.
weapons
¿Qué
alongside
pasa,
the
Titán?
brand new Targon cards. Confused? Don't worry.
Estamos aquí viendo el
El
evento de presentación de Riot Games por la nueva temporada del LoL y están anunciando cosillas. Me he apuntado aquí en un blog de notas cosas para comentar luego. Estamos por aquí, luego lo
Champion
comento.
Mastery is coming to Legends of Runeterra. As you play games with each champion,
Es que no jugué cuando salió Legends of Runeterra y no he vuelto a jugar, la verdad. Es que sinceramente un poco pocho, la verdad.
is important to us, as is enabling
No me
your
convence
ability to style on your opponents. Now everyone will know they were slapped by someone who has an unhealthy fixation with Maokai.
Visualmente está muy guapo, pero no sé si más. Play with friends, juega con amigos, ¿a qué?
Last year, we focused a lot on competitive play with ranked, gauntlets, and seasonal tournaments. We're continuing to invest in competition this year, And I'm happy to announce that our next
¿Te imaginas? Que dicen, venga, jugar al Apex todos. Se cancela la temporada del LoL. Tal.
We believe we have an opportunity to make Legends of Runeterra a game that's fun to play with friends too. We miss the days of meeting up for late night games and making fun of each other for some really interesting plays. So I'm excited to share that our first cooperative lab is coming this week on January 13th. In this unique game mode, the Noxian army is advancing, and the only way to take them down is through the power of friendship. Work alongside your ally with decks that are built for teamwork. Darius is about to hit you with a Noxian guillotine. Don't worry, your buddies got your back. The forces of Noxus grow stronger each turn, so plan your path to victory before you're completely overrun. This is just our first foray into the world of cooperative modes, and we're looking forward to seeing what
Hombre, no creo que saquen un Battle Royale ahora, la verdad. De haberlo sacado, lo sacarían cuando pegó el boom el Battle Royale. Con Fortnite y PUBG. Ahora ya no, llegan tarde. Es sí que están desarrollando el MOBA.
Finally, we had a blast working with the League team on Spirit Blossom, and we're excited to partner with them again. But they would ruin me if I said anything else. Like seriously, I don't even think I'd be missed.
Uf, muchísimo texto el Runeterra este, En general el evento, o sea, el vídeo me está gustando bastante en directo. Muchas cosas muy buenas anunciadas.
Thanks for watching.
Hey everyone, I'm Tej, product lead for Teamfight Tactics and washed up Set 1 Challenger player.
Mucho texto también, pero bueno, esto no está tan mal. Hay nueva season, igual. TFT no lo domino.
Level up the competitive experience and experiment with some of the new ways to play. Let's start with the Fates mid-set.
Fates mid-set. No sé, no
this set will be available next patch, and all I have to say is, Brilliant Soul and Swain are back. This is our second take on a mid-set. And this time we're swapping out even more champions and traits.
Ni idea.
Specifically, we made changes to the primary carries from the first half of the set to ensure that you'll have all new team comps to discover and master. You'll also see the return of a few old favorites, with their abilities set to the mythic.
¿Quién es este? ¿Qué es eso?
We're really excited about Ornn, who'll be bringing along his unique ability of forging upgradable items.
Lo que está guay del TFT que me gusta que lo hicieron es que ponen los campeones con skins, entonces tiene más sentido las temáticas y eso, porque en la primera season no tenía mucho sentido algunas cosas. Pero ahora está bastante guay. Está chachipiruli, chicos, ¡Coño, soy yo literal! Era yo ese bailando, ¡Qué guay! Gracias, un detalle, chicos, Está muy guapa la arena esta lunar. Es el año del toro, ¿no? Han dicho. Bueno, el del toro. Mira, 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 cómo bailó. ¡Ole! ¡Ole!
And meanwhile, Lunar City will immerse you in a futuristic setting during the Lunar New Year celebration.
El año lunar,
and of course,
futuro.
It wouldn't be complete without new
Coño,
Lunar
Anuska,
New Year themed Little Legends and a Fate Stage 2 pass. All this will go live with patch 11.
Ya pasan factor. Sí, sí, sí. El nuevo set, o sea, la nueva season, supongo, ¿no?
This spring, we'll launch our next set and bring you into TFT's most dramatic setting yet. Corruption is nigh, and the balance between good and evil has tilted. The rising
van a ser buenos contra malos, ¿no?
Grave
Han dicho.
consequences in the convergence.
Va a estar Viego en
We'll need
TFT.
you to help restore the balance.
No campeón.
As we get closer, we'll share more details on the theme.
Sí, parece que son los buenos contra los malos, ¿no? Por la temática de skins y por lo que ha dicho, me parece, vamos. Nice.
We'll also
Me
be
shot a
adding
la polla al
something else to
TFT.
TFT, along with the next set. Something new, something turbo. We're working on a mode that you can play when you're shorter on time. Like during meetings, during class, late at night, on your commute, waiting for food, or yes, even on the John. It's still TFT, but a bit simpler and much faster. We'll share more information later in the year, and we're excited to see what you all think about our first mode.
No he entendido eso. No he entendido. No sé qué ha dicho. Ah.
Last year we held the first TFT Global Championship.
No campeonato de TFT.
And it was awesome to see some of the best players in the world battle it out. Unfortunately for us in NA, EU really put on a show, and Casey Double walked away with the title. Now we're looking forward to the Fates Championship. The regional qualifiers have begun, and the Fates Champion will be crowned in just a few months. We're also looking to improve the
Una hora de evento llevamos ya,
events, and we're happy to say we have begun development on a spectator specifically for esports viewership. There are still a few unknowns, but our goal is to have this ready by the next set's finals. And if that changes, we'll let you know. This isn't all we have planned for 2021. The set that was teased earlier will also have a mid-set drop this summer, and another brand new set will be coming in the fall. But we'll have more to say about all that stuff later in the year. For now, we hope you're as excited as we are about what's coming, and we'll see you soon with the second half of Fates.
Vale, competitivo el LOL ahora y esto es lo último ya, esports era lo último.
Hello, I'm John Needham, and let's talk esports. As you dive in to rank up this year, our pro players are gearing up for their own.
Vamos, estoy rayando con los subtítulos,
Starting with the LPL this weekend.
La ley que empieza el 22 de enero.
LoL esports teams will be vying for supremacy on Summoner's Rift. But first, I want to touch on what's in store in our new competitive scenes.
Y desde casa.
Let's start with League of Legends Wild Rift. We're putting our mobile version of League in the hands of many players around the world.
Competitivo?
The Wild Rift open beta has been very successful, and we're excited about the future. Like League PC, it's wildly competitive, with the depth, complexity, and high-stakes moments that make for a great sport. While it's still incredibly early, we're all very excited to bring our passion and dedication for esports to mobile. We're committed to building this authentic League experience for years to come, and planning to get things started with Wild Rift Esports in 2021.
Wild Rift Esports en 2021.
Stay tuned for more updates later this year.
Y que ya
We're also excited to evolve Teamfight Tactics Esports this year. Players from all over the world competed in our first.
Qué bien la hace Riot Games en cuanto a competitivo, etcétera. Es de las mejores empresas en cuanto a eso. Epic Games, por ejemplo, se caga encima, pero Riot, todos los juegos enfocados al competitivo y todo van bien.
But we'll also be investing more in regional qualifying events and prize pools. For Legends of Runeterra, it's time to stoke the fires of competition. In 2021, players can compete in exciting region-wide tournaments hosted entirely in-game. Players will join the competition through ladder or qualifier events.
Hostia, hay ladder y en función de la ladder clasificas al torneo.
Once they've qualified, over 1,000 players will face off to compete for cash prizes.
1024 personas se clasificarán.
In their region. Of course, we're all here today to kick off a new season for the biggest esport on the planet, League of Legends.
No me suena este juego.
It's crazy to think we've now got 10 years of incredible history, but we're not looking back. We're ready to redefine League of Legends esports for the next 10 years. You'll see it in the fresh new looks of leagues around the world. The LCK in Korea, LCS in North America, and CBLOL in Brazil.
Le han rebrandeado, ¿no? Le han cambiado el icono y eso. Le han hecho rebranding. Bueno.
Join us on social at LOL Esports and also at lolesports.com.
LOL Esports, bueno.
In 2021, we're also returning to China for our World Championship. Instead of the mostly virtual worlds you saw.
Vuelven a China en 2021 el mundial, ha dicho.
Planning to take our fans on a massive tour of multiple cities across China.
Vuelven a China.
Aims to be the biggest esports tournament ever and one of the biggest sporting events on the planet. I'm pleased to announce.
Debería tocar Andorra ya, ¿no, chicos? Pero bueno, China. Favoritismo, ¿no? Van allí para que ganen los chinos. En fin. ¿Qué decir, no? Están robando, nos roban.
An exciting new city for the next chapter in LoL esports. With all this and much more to come, 2021 is set to be our biggest season yet. We see this as a new beginning, and we're going to make our second decade of esports at Riot Games even better than the first. An exciting new era of LoL esports awaits, and it all starts today. Next starts now.
¡Ole! ¡Empieza ya! Hay gente que ya ha hecho las premen y todo. Yo no, la verdad, soy un poco puta mierda. Venga, coño, vete, bupa. Estamos aquí. Hostia, la lágrima. The next level. The next, mira. ¿Cómo se dice meta en inglés? Mira, meta. Mita. Mira, ¿no? ¿Cómo pronunciar meta en inglés? ¿Qué es eso? Son esperma, ¿no? Están deshaciendo la copa, ¿eh? ¿Habrá copa nueva? No, no creo, ¿no? Ah, no, digo, están deshaciendo la copa. Digo, a ver si van a presentar una copa nueva y me vuelvo loco. Venga, seadme un easter egg del MMO. Un medio easter egg ni que sea. Un cachito del MMO. Porfa. Chiquitín, algo así, chiquitín.
Finally, this is just a preview of what's in store for the year, with many more exciting surprises to come. Thank you so much for watching, and welcome to season 20.
Un poquitín del MMO ni que sea.
Hey everyone!
Hey guys. ¿Qué es esto?
Hey everyone! I just want to wish everybody an awesome 2021. Welcome to season 11.
It's a new season. I'm quite hyped about it, and hopefully so.
Esto no es el MMO,
It's our year.
새로운 시즌에는 우리 모두 원하는 티어에 갔으면 좋겠습니다. 짜스!
저도 열심히 해서 반드시 골드 갈게요.
希望大家可以突破自我，取得好成绩。
Esta es la fin, ¿eh? La que te cuento, ¿eh?
Suerte en todas sus rankings.
Disfruten jugando con sus amigos. Saludos.
No le pegaba nada a hablar español. Voy a abrir Gila. Venga, no es que acabe bien, luego hablamos. Era Manute. Pero no le pegan nada a abrir stream, ¿eh? O sea, no le pegan nada a abrir stream, ¿qué digo? No le pegan nada a hablar español a ese. Me ha ido la cabeza, coño.
Thanks for being part of the League of Legends community.
I'm expecting to see each and every one of y'all out on the Rift.
Cállate un poco ya. Hankos.
올한해 여러분들이 원하는
Fucker.
꼭 얻으시길 바라겠습니다. 감사합니다.
May the best player win.
Namaste.
Or as we say in French, que le meilleur gagne.
Namaste, Faker.
2021 be full of top fours, but not against me.
See you on the Rift. Good luck on the climb.
Have fun.
Nos vemos en la grita, chata.
Have fun.
Ole. Cuánta gente. Ole, los caracoles. Ahora el MMO, venga. Viego, skin de Annie. Bundle. Se finí.